The Bride of the Jinn, the girl who was taken. This is the true story of a girl who was loved by a lower jinn. The events took place in the region of Ha'il in Saudi Arabia. The girl lived a quiet, fragile life with her elderly mother, whom she cared for devotedly. She was kind, modest, and unremarkable in the eyes of people, but not in the eyes of the unseen. One day, a jinn fell in love with her. Not just any jinn, but one said to be among the sons of the kings of the jinn. His desire grew into obsession. He followed her, watched her, until one night he possessed her. From that moment on, her life became a living nightmare. She began suffering in ways no one could explain. Her sleep was filled with terrifying dreams. She would wake up screaming, swearing that something invisible lay beside her in bed. Night after night, she felt his presence. Every time she closed her eyes, he came. He was one of the most dangerous kinds of Ashik jinn, the lover jinn. Weeks passed. Then something even stranger appeared. Thin, pale white hair began growing on parts of her body where it should not exist. Her parents knew something was terribly wrong. They believed she might be possessed. Desperate, they called for a sheikh. The sheikh arrived and began reciting verses from the Quran. At first, the girl lay still. Then, the moment the words filled the room, she screamed. Her body convulsed violently. Her fingers bent unnaturally. She thrashed across the floor as if something inside her was fighting to escape. Suddenly, a voice came from her mouth, deep, cold, and not her own. It was the jinn. Through her lips, he threatened the sheikh and her family. He cursed them. He revealed himself as one of the lower, harmful jinn. The sheikh continued reciting. The jinn began to burn. In pain, he cried out and decided to flee. But before leaving, he spoke one final promise. "I will go now, but I will return for her. I love her, and I will never leave her. And because you tried to burn me, I will come back to take revenge on all of you." That night, believing the nightmare was finally over, the girl slept alone in her room. At midnight, the house shook. Doors slammed violently. Windows rattled as if struck by unseen hands. Curtains tore from their hooks. The air itself seemed to scream, and then she was gone. The lover jinn had returned. He kidnapped her and fled with her into the mountains of Ha'il. 2 days later, a security officer was patrolling a remote mountain road. Suddenly, he saw a figure fall from high above the cliffs. It was a girl. He ran toward her in horror, certain she was dead. But when he reached her, she whispered in a faint, broken voice, "Water, please, water." Her eyes were desperate. Then, before he could touch her, she vanished, as if the earth had swallowed her whole. The officer later testified that her clothes were torn, her body showed signs of brutal assault, and she appeared to have been tortured and left without water for 2 days. It was clear. The lover jinn had abused her, tormented her, and abandoned her in agony. When the story spread, the Prince of Ha'il offered a reward of 4 million Saudi riyals to anyone who could find the girl the jinn had taken. No one ever did. To this day, not a single trace of her has been found. She vanished into the unseen world and will never return, unless the jinn himself chooses to bring her back.